All right, guys, here it is. First video with a Miata. So I just got it. I haven't been driving it that much, but first thing we got to do, we have to get it an alignment. So steering wheel shakes a little bit at above 60 miles an hour. And yeah, I'm going to get the tires just rebalanced just in case if it needs it. But yeah, other than that, it drives just fine. Not only that, after that, we're going to put on a small cosmetic mod on the Miata. Dude couldn't fit in the Miata. Alignment is done. Turns out it wasn't that bad, but every single wheel was out of balance, like really off. But there's a snapshot of my specs. I asked them for custom specs that I found on the internet or someone recommended to me, and here we go. A little bit of negative camber, front and rear, a little bit of toe. That's about it. All right, guys, so this is going to be the very first aesthetic mod on the Miata. This is just a front lip that I got on Amazon for around $30, and I'm going to have my son put it on because it's his car. So there's a bunch of videos on this already on the Miata, so I'm not going to make this a detailed install video. It's just a bunch of self-tapping screws that screws onto the front, and real simple job that my kid can do it on his own. You're doing your first mod. Yeah. Cool, huh? And here's a quick update to the Miata. All I did was gave it a good cleanup because it really needed it, just a little polish and wax. It's still going to need a whole lot of work. Also cleaned up the inside, but you won't be able to tell. Now also, these cheap replica wheels also had a whole lot of brake dust on there. Now it's probably gonna take another good cleaning or two to get them nice and clean to my spec. They're still a lot better than what they were, especially the barrels were just caked in brake dust. So what's next for the Miata? Well, I still have a lot of maintenance stuff I have to take care of. I still have to change out all the fluids, even though the previous owner said he changed all the fluids before. You can never be too sure. That's something you want to do when you buy a used car, especially one that is almost 25 years old, such as this one. One more thing is that I still have to change out the brake pads. The brake pads are almost wore down all the way to bare metal, so that needs to be changed ASAP. I think that's probably one of the most important things. Also, there is a slight exhaust leak coming from the catalytic converter. There is a bolt missing, so that needs to be changed out. Once all that is done, then we can start modding. And also, one thing to keep in mind, I want to keep this a budget build. I don't want to go too crazy. Well, not yet. But right now, I just want to get this car fully prepared for the road, up and running, up to my spec, and then we can start running. But let me show you guys the crappy exhaust and how crappy it sounds, and I just can't stand it. So, if you have a stocker aftermarket exhaust, anyone out there local to me, let me know. I'll probably buy it. So the top is actually in pretty good condition. The previous owner said he replaced the hard top not too long ago, although it is an aftermarket soft top. The one thing that I don't like about it is that this window is just a little bit too low, a little lower than OEM. So when you're looking through your rear view mirror, you see the top of the little plastic window. But other than that, it works just fine, doesn't leak. And these front speakers, blown. They suck. So those need to be changed. So the car is fully registered and insured in my name, just waiting on the title to come in the mail, which would take about 6 to 10 weeks or so, but no big deal. One other thing I got to do is change out all the bulbs. I need to get some LEDs for this because I just can't stand the piss yellow lights, especially on the headlights. Also, what else is wrong? The speedometer cable, which is a common issue on this car, makes noise. Speedometer still works, it's just a noisy speedometer. And one thing I was not aware about that is very common in the Miata community is at 65 miles an hour, the thing shakes. Actually, it doesn't shake, it actually vibrates. They call it the 65 mile an hour shimmy, which is very common. So to cure that, they say to get the tires balanced, which I did, and to get a hard top. So they're saying a hard top fixes a lot of those issues. So So another maintenance project I gotta do to the Miata is that the front brake pads are toast. So I went to AutoZone and got some brake pads. These are pretty much the ones they had in stock. They're Duralast GTs. I don't know if they've ever run these kind of pads before, but this is what they had, so I went and got them. So I think these are about, I don't know, $30 for a set of brake pads. Not bad at all. So very, very small, minor imperfections, all of that stuff can be fixed. Overall, I am happy the way what the car drives and runs. Even after the alignment, it just drives so much better, less vibration. I originally thought it was a wheel bearing, but no, it's typical. These things shake around 65 miles an hour, although it's very minimal now after the alignment and after balancing the tires. This has been a great experience with the Miata. Never thought I would have this much fun with this small, very underpowered car. Even though it is underpowered, it's still fun to get on it every once in a while. And yeah, one of the reasons why I always held off on a Miata. I always thought they were just too slow, but this thing feels like a rocket ship at 30 miles an hour. But anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Even though it is not a Subaru, I'll let you guys go, and we're gonna get out of here, and talk to you guys later. Peace out.